In today's episode, we'll talk about the release date of Incredibles 3, yet another company Dua Lipa has partnered with, which internet favorite celeb has a memoir coming out, a tech company that has poured billions into a website that nobody cares about. I actually forgot about it, and now they're shutting it down, and which viral internet sensation is getting its own movie.
Hello? You're currently on the phone with Kacey K. Yep, that's me.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Kacey. Welcome to On the Phone with Kacey K, episode 132. They just keep climbing. I found my notes just barely from episode 60. Should we see what we were talking about then? I feel like, what's his name? Steve from Blue's Clues. Flipping through my notes. This was episode 60. Let's see, Kim and the Beats Pill. I feel like she's had a few of those. Oh, Lady Gaga supposedly has a new single called Disease. This was a year ago. No. This would have been more than a year ago because it came out in October. Addison Rae's new single. I don't know what that would have been. Tom Brady, now part owner of Las Vegas Raiders. I actually forgot about that. Jimmy Fallon has a Christmas album. Let's see. Oh, Liam Payne, R.I.P. That's really sad. This one, I forgot about this one. SOS by Rihanna. The lyrics for the second verse is 80s song titles. Is that the right one? I'm pretty sure this is talking about SOS, the Rihanna song. Nicolas Chavez, aka one of the Menendez brothers, won a Daytime Emmy. Paul Mescal on the cover of GQ November. Sydney Sweeney new movie. Christy Martin still in production. That movie flopped. That was one of the worst performing movies at the box office they've ever had. Let's see, what else do I have here? I won't spend too much time on this, but it's just interesting. Julia Roberts narrating Lisa Marie Presley's memoir, From Here to the Great Unknown, along with her daughter Riley Keough. Lisa Marie's daughter, not Julia Roberts' daughter. Oh, and Tom Holland's non-alcoholic beer, Bureau. Interesting. I wonder how that's doing. Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity with Nikki Glazer? I'll watch pretty much anything. Oh, Jen Shaw to be released from prison early. She was supposed to serve 6.5 years, but now is down to 4.4 years. Freakier Friday in theaters August 8th. Wonder when this was. Trisha Paytas said she's thinking of deleting all of her old videos on YouTube. That's interesting because we're talking about her today in today's episode. Anyway, how have you guys been? I am good. It's been great weather, so I'm super happy. It's been busy. I've been planning my New York trip and the itinerary is looking pretty good. I got the tickets to Live with Kelly and Mark. I want to see if I got tickets to the Kelly Clarkson show because I submitted for that one too. And actually, while I was submitting for that one, I found out I got confirmed with Live and Kelly and Mark. So far, no news yet for the Kelly Clarkson show, but it is the afternoon show on April 23rd. And if we get in, the guests are Charlize Theron and Taron Egerton. Her last name is one that's like, it's like Amanda Seyfried. Like, do you say Seyfried or Seyfried? I've looked it up many times of how she says it, and it's one I can't remember. Also, Charlize Theron, she says it throne, like you just like do it quick, throne. People say Theron. I don't know. I sympathize with people that have names, last names people can't pronounce because no one can pronounce my last name. I actually finally found someone to do my eyebrows. If you are unaware, my eyebrow lady quit, and good for her. She's been doing it for a long time. But I can't even tell you the confidence and the just pure joy I have when my eyebrows are done. You probably can't really tell right now because I'm wearing a hat, especially. Sorry about my hair. But it's just, they're so messy. My eyebrows get long. I try to do them myself, and I don't know if I don't have the eye for it or the patience. Like when I don't know, when you're tweezing your eyebrows and your arm falls asleep. Same with when I have my long hair. I used to get it braided every time I got it done, and I try to do it myself, and my arms were too weak to hold up. That was back when I was super skinny and eating plain noodles and rice cakes. So don't do that. So that might have been why. But I was at my skinniest. Now I am getting back into shape, you guys. I ran 4 miles last night. I felt really good. It feels so good to be able to run outside again. Went to the gym also yesterday morning, did a leg workout. I want to get to a place where I feel good again. Last summer, I looked pretty good, I will say. So I kind of want to get back to that. Yeah, I've been planning New York. So far we have Live with Kelly and Mark. We have Demi Lovato at Madison Square Garden. I'm super excited to see or go to Madison Square Garden and see Demi Lovato. Last time I saw her was her Demi album, I think it was. Was that the Cool for Summer album? No, it was the one after that. It was the Cool for Summer album. She toured with Nick Jonas. She came to Salt Lake. I went with my friend Callie to that one because we talked about how she could dance and sing in these tall high heels. What else? Oh, we got tickets to see Whitney Levitt in Chicago on Broadway. We have front row seats, so that was to my unknowing. I had no idea we were getting tickets that close, but I guess, you only live once. So we actually ordered t-shirts from the website. I wonder if I'll pull it up. I'll put it right here. The t-shirts say like something about Whitney, here for Whitney or something. I'm really hoping that she comes out and signs autographs and stuff because I would love that. The character arc between me and loving Whitney Rose, from hating Whitney Rose to loving Whitney Rose, should be studied because let me just tell you, I was bamboozled. I don't know if she really was being whiny and annoying on reality TV, or if they really can just portray people to be evil or villains, It's not evil, but villains on shows. Because I was Team Demi 1000%. Now I can't even look at her and her husband without thinking, what have you guys done? Like, you went from being so lovable to so, like, she wasn't even on the show this season. She was on for that. We talked about this, that weird singing thing, and then she wouldn't do interviews. Speaking of which, I need to put this on my list before I forget. We have to talk about Taylor Frankie Paul because that's everywhere right now. Might be old news by the time this comes out, but oh well. Yeah, but I did not like Whitney. I don't want to say hate because that's not a very nice word, but some people you can hate. It's okay. Like Taylor Swift doesn't say to hate people, but she's like, it's okay to not forgive and not forget. Like you don't have to do that to move on. But yeah, now I love Whitney. Like she's done a complete 180. People are mad that she came back to the show just got on Dancing with the Stars, but I'm not mad about it. That's called hustle. That's called determination. That's called following your dreams. That's called going back into an environment you hate because you know that something good will come out of it. So that's what she did. She went back to the show where all the girls were completely mean to her. Speaking of that, I keep on saying Jen Shaw. Jen Affleck apparently has signed a deal for a California style Mormon Wives, a Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I don't know. I think it'll kind of be like Selling Sunset, like how they have Selling OC, and it's just not as good, Like I watched Selling OC for the first season, and I'm like, this is okay, but it's not. It's not the original. I feel like that'll be what it's going to be like for the California show. Specifically because, unless the girls have moved from Utah to LA, Utah Mormon culture is much, much different from anywhere else. We literally live in our own bubble, our own beehive. We're called the Beehive State. Like I have friends that have lived out of state that have been religious, like Mormon their whole lives, and they have moved to Utah. And it's kind of like a culture shock. And they're like, this is very different from what we've been doing. Like it is a very different environment. It's really hard to explain unless you have been here. People are extremely nice, but people are also extremely nosy, extremely rude, extremely unfriendly if they want to be. Like they'll be friendly to your face, but you won't get invited to events. You won't get invited to parties or barbecues or things like that. But then when they see your face, they're like the nicest people that can possibly be. It's just a really weird dynamic. Is that the right word? It's a weird environment. So, that being said, I don't know how well the California show will do. I don't think it'll do nearly as well as the original. My thing is, though, they have stopped production and the whole Bachelorette thing has happened. Jessie is getting divorced. She's actually on Call Her Daddy today. Michaela has moved to California. And what else? Something else happened. Oh, more drama with Demi and Marciano. And it's like, this is not when you stop filming. Bravo would never allow this to happen. And that's why they do good reality TV. I don't think Hulu quite understands that yet, but I think it was a mistake for them to put the Mormon wives as executive producers on the show because that gives them too much power and they can say, I'm not going to film, or I don't want this in there, or I want this out. I think that was a very, very big mistake. Pretty huge, actually. The Kardashians are executive producers, and they actually did very well the first show. I think the second show, the one on Hulu now, they do tailor it a lot and they cut back a lot. Whereas the first show, like Kim will say, first and foremost, she's like, no, put it in, like air it. Like, I want people to see this. This is what I want. Courtney, I think, will cut a lot out. Kylie, I think, will cut a lot out. Kendall. I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's wise. But I mean, you can't really leverage the Kardashians because they could literally start their own TV channel and have their own show. So like that I get, but the Mormon Wives, that doesn't make sense to me for them to be executive producers. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, I'm going to see Whitney Levitt on Broadway. What else do we have planned? We're going to go to Coney Island. We decided that because they're tearing it down sometime in the fall, I think, of this year. So we want to do a day there. Unfortunately, we won't be there at night, which I feel like carnivals do not hit nearly as hard. Amusement parks, carnivals, whatever, don't hit nearly as hard unless you're there at nighttime because of all the lights. And it's just, I don't know, but still excited to do that. We also got reservations to the Ralph Lauren Polo Lounge, Polo Bar, which is extremely hard to get into. So I'm very excited about that. Kris Jenner went there last Christmas and she said it was magical. She was able to go in by herself, have a couple drinks, and just enjoy her time there. So I cannot wait to go there. We tried to get tickets to Statue of Liberty, but you have to do that like 4 or 5 months in advance. Just FYI, if you want to go up into the crown. You can still go down to like the base of it, but if you want to go up in the crown, you gotta plan far in advance. Just FYI, we did not realize it was that popular of a thing. So we're gonna go just to the base of it and see what it's like. We're for sure going to the Met. I am going to cross off my bucket list. I'm going to go running through Central Park one morning. That has always been a dream of mine. I cannot wait. Anyway, that's it as of right now. We're trying to get tickets to or reservations to have breakfast at Tiffany's. They have a restaurant there if you're not aware, and you can get the exact meal that Audrey Hepburn gets there. I don't think I'll get that because it doesn't look very good, honestly, and it's kind of expensive. But wish us luck for that. I've seen a few movies since, maybe just one. No, I've seen a few. I saw Project Hail Mary, and I have not read the book, but every time tell someone I saw the movie or was going to see the movie, they're like, "Did you read the book?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Oh my gosh, you have to read the book." The author of Hail Mary, Project Hail Mary, is the same author as The Martian, and The Martian was that movie with Matt Damon where he gets stuck up on, I think it's Mars, which is really good. I actually really, really like that movie. I'm coming around more to space movies. I used to not like them because they freaked me out. Like the thought of getting trapped up there. I finally convinced myself to watch Gravity with Sandra Bullock, and I was like, this movie's actually pretty good, but it's terrifying because she gets trapped in space. I think it's amazing though that like Sandra Bullock, she deserved all the awards and accolades and whatever she won for that because to act like that purely on green screen is phenomenal. It's actually pretty incredible. Project Hail Mary was it was a lot of things. It was funny. It was a lot of like dad jokes, stupid humor type thing, but I'm a sucker for dad jokes, not gonna lie. I love them. It was sad, it was sentimental, it was emotional, it was heartwarming. It was just a lot of things all in one. I will say, I say this with every movie, it could be cut down by at least 20 minutes. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes long, 2 hours and 36 minutes long. So it is a long movie. So if you're going, just expect to be there for a little over 3 hours if you arrive early to get your popcorn and treats and whatever, because ads are like, what, 30 minutes? Yeah, over 3 hours for sure. But there was a scene, it was like the very last scene in the movie, and this alarm went off. And I thought it was part of the movie, and I think everyone else did too. And then we all realized, oh no, that's the fire alarm for the actual theater. But no one really moved. Have you noticed that? I have. Like, we've been trained for so long in school how to have a fire drill. Every time I've seen a fire drill out in public in the real world, no one does anything. No one moves. Everyone just keeps doing what they're doing. I remember I was at Guess shopping and I was at the counter and she had scanned half my things and the fire alarm went off and I was like, please hurry and just finish my transaction. And she did. She did it. But I was like, nobody does anything. Nobody moves. There's an episode of Kardashians too where they're eating dinner and the fire alarm goes off and Chloe's like, should we be leaving? And everyone's like, no, we can just stay. That's how this was. And a lady comes in the theater. She's like, you guys, we have to leave the building. This is an emergency. And we're like, luckily I was on the very back row and people were kind of taking their time because they wanted to finish the movie. It was like the last 3 minutes of the movie. And then she comes back and she's like, you guys seriously need to leave the theater. Like, you need to go. And so I was able to walk down the steps slowly and finish the entire movie. And it was good. That one, every theater I've seen in Utah has at least 30 showings a day. Might be different now, but 30 showings a day of this one movie. That's how popular this book is. That's how much they're anticipating people going to see it. And I will say, every time I've checked the show times, most of the theaters have been sold out. So just prepare for that. But very good. Ryan Gosling does a very good job. It was done very well. I loved this is kind of a spoiler. So if you don't want to know, and it's not even that big of a thing, but I love how the main character and the main female character did not end up together. I mean, for obvious reasons, but they kind of had a little chemistry, but it wasn't like they hooked up or they were became a couple. They were just two lead characters and they were just that. They were friends and that was it. And I like that. I hate when it's like every lead character they always get together. I'm like, that is so obvious. But anyway, I also saw yesterday, so I think this is kind of all over, but they do secret movies like once a month, I want to say, on Mondays. And you don't really know what the movie's going to be, but you can kind of gauge by what movie is coming out that Friday, what it's going to be. And I booked it and I didn't even realize like to look and see. And I was like, it's a scary movie. And it's not even scary, like it's gory, like extremely gory. So the movie's called They Will Kill You. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but it's the title of a movie. So anyway, the premise is this girl goes to this building in New York that the building is a shrine to Satan. So she's going there to find her sister who has disappeared, and she's extremely good at fighting. And she ends up like obliterating all these people in this building and finding out how to kill them because they can't die because they have sold their soul to the devil. She has to figure out how to get around that and get out of this building and make sure these people don't either kill them or be trap them in this building forever. So it was, if you're into like really gory, over the top movies, this movie's for you. It's a very specific clientele. There are probably 7 to 10 people that got up the theater and left. A lot of couples, a lot of older couples got up and left. My friend Mallory went with me and she was like, this movie definitely looks like a video game. Like the CGI was definitely video game-esque. It looked like it was trying to be Quentin Tarantino-esque also. So yeah, I don't know. It wasn't one I would recommend. I think you can watch it at home, but it was definitely interesting. It's definitely one of those movies you leave and you're like, the person that made that is walking among us. The person that thought of that movie. It's kind of like the person that did the Saw movies. I'm like, that sick and twisted person is just out and about with everybody. Um, that just doesn't sit right with me. That is coming out of someone's brain. It just makes me wonder like what they really actually want to do to people, and that's concerning to me. So I really highly recommend Project Hail Mary. Not so much They Will Kill You. Although it was entertaining. It was very entertaining. I will say that. I 50-50. 50% of me tells you to go, 50% of me tells you not to go. I would recommend just waiting for it to come on streaming. It has Malfoy in it, if anyone's curious. The saving grace was Patricia Arquette was in it. That was one of the reasons I didn't cancel my ticket because I love Patricia Arquette. She is truly one of my favorite actresses. Again, I said it before, but Holes is where I learned to love revenge because of kissing Kate Barlow. It's just the pure just anger she got after they killed the love of her life, and she was like, everyone is on my list, I don't care, I truly don't care, and you will die, I will kill you, and I will make it, I can't say the word I want to say, but as glam, as dramatic as possible with the kiss on the forehead. I've loved her ever since then. Hello, Sheriff. I'm here for that kiss you wanted. Shoots him in the head and then kisses him. I mean, come on. Come on. What else is she in that I love? She's in Severance. Mallory's like, what is she in? I'm like, she's in Holes. She's like, no. I'm like, she's also in Severance. She's like, yes, that's where I know her from. But yeah, Patricia Arquette, love her to death. I also read the book. I'm in 2 book clubs. One book club people really don't care about. It's just me and one other guy that's like really actually into it. I think another person actually read the book too, but we didn't end up having the book club because no one else really cared. But it was the Jeanette McCurdy book, Half His Age, is her novel. It's not her memoir. And it was good. It was a quick read. But it was entertaining for sure. A lot of people don't like the subject matter because it's about a student getting with a teacher. But I actually loved the ending. It was to the point where I was like, how are they going to wrap this up? How is she going to wrap this up? But when it did, I'm like, I love that. Good for her. I loved how the main character handled the things at the end, and it was great. If you want kind of just a quick read or like a quick audible audiobook read, that one's a good one. And I'm currently in the process of rereading her actual like memoir. I'm glad my mom died, and I have forgotten a lot of things. I forgot that she was going to do a country music. She had kind of a country music stint, and she stopped doing it because her mom got cancer again. Plus, like didn't love it. Like she's like, I don't really know why I'm singing country music. She did like it though, I think more than acting. I just forgetting all of the little details that I forgot the first time I read it. I will say, as crazy and awful as her mom was, she was pretty funny. Like she had some one-liners that were like, that was actually pretty funny. Where she's complaining about Jeanette's pay on Nickelodeon. She's like, this pay is ridiculous. It's more like Nickel and Dimelodeon. I'm like, that was good. That was clever. And as much as her mom wanted to be an actor, she is pretty good at acting. Like the waterworks she could come up with when Jeanette would say something she didn't like, or like when Jeanette's like, I want to quit acting. She's like, she started crying hysterically, and as soon as she's like, I'm kidding, she stopped. That was it. Like she's like, so she actually is a pretty good actress. I'm at the part right now where she's dating. Oh, her mom just found out that she's dating that guy, and she calls her up and she's like, you little whore, you are nothing, you are trash, you have disappointed the family. She goes off on all this email, and then she's like, love mom, or say love Deb since I'm no longer your mom. P.S. Send us money for our fridge because ours broke. I'm like, the nerve. Anyway, that book is extremely good. I understand why it was on the New York Times for so long. It is very good. She explains a lot of things that happened, but she doesn't linger on chapters. Her chapters are pretty short, which I like. So she kind of gets to the point and then is done with that storyline and then goes on. So yeah, I have by Thursday to finish reading it. So I've already read half of it in 2 days. I actually am listening to this one because I've already read it myself. So I'm just kind of getting ready for book club on Thursday. Also, I was at Macy's on Sunday, and I found the Kylie. I know they sold Kylie Cosmetics, but I didn't know they sold the lip butter there. And I got the butter cake one. It's a little more caramely than I was wanting, but it's the butter cake one. And it is very, very good. Okay, I kind of wanted to explain the process of getting SNL tickets because I was trying to get those for New York. Do you want to see the process? The annual ticket lottery. This is how you do it before the season even starts. It says the primary way to get tickets is through the official lottery, which only happens once a year. The lottery for the 2026-2027 seasons will open at 12 a.m. Eastern, August 1st, 2026, and close at 11:59 August 31st. How to enter. Send an email to SNL Tickets. Include your first and last name and a short explanation of why you want to be in the studio. You can only enter once per household. If selected, you will receive 2 tickets for a random show date and time, either 8 p.m. dress rehearsal or 11:30 p.m. broadcast. Now, if you don't do that, you can do standby, but listen to this process. Like, this is ridiculous. The standby like they could do this so much more easily. Like this is the hoops they make you jump through. If you missed the August lottery and weren't selected, you can try standby tickets during weeks when the show is live. This is now a multi-step digital and in-person process. Every Thursday of show week at 10 a.m. Eastern, a standby reservation link goes live on NBC Tickets page. You must act fast to book your spot for either the dress rehearsal or the live show. Email confirmation. If successful, you'll receive an email reservation number. You and your entire party must check in at 49th Street NBC Studios marquee between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Friday before the show, like in person. After checking in, you must remain in line until 12:01 a.m. on Saturday when NBC pages distribute the actual physical tickets standby cards. Saturday return. You'll return to the studio Saturday night at a designated time. Admission is not guaranteed. After all of that, admission is not guaranteed and depends on how many seats are available after the lottery winners and VIP are seated. I'm like, you know what? No. It would be so fun to go to SNL showing, but not for that. That's ridiculous. I'm not spending my vacation time waiting in line 5 times to get tickets. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to share with you how ridiculous it was. Incredibles 3 is coming out June 16, 2028. When I read this, I was expecting 2027, and as I was typing, I was like, Incredibles June 16th, 2027. I was like, no, it's 2028. I'm like, why do they make us wait so long? Like, I would rather the anticipation of maybe it happening than you telling us, like, what movie comes out in 2029? Oh, it's K-pop Demon Hunters. The second K-pop Demon Hunters comes out in 2029. I'm like, why even tell us that? Like, that is so aggravating. That is so frustrating. Anyway, Taylor Frankie Paul, I actually posted a video about this on Instagram and TikTok. but I just kind of want to go over it. So as of right now, the women have stopped filming with her. The whole production of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives has been put on pause. The show has been pulled from air. They did wasted no time taking down the billboards. Cinnabon, like sponsors are pulling away from Taylor Frankie Paul. I don't know. I have extreme not so much mixed feelings. If this was a man, they wouldn't give a shit. They would not pull anything. They would keep it going. They wouldn't care. I mean, how many football players and athletes have been involved in domestic violence disputes and nothing happens? They continue their career like nothing. Look at Brad Pitt with Angelina Jolie. What happened to her and the jet between the two of them? Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Who else? There's another couple that was pretty significant. Anyway, men's careers don't really stop. So why should they halt a woman's career? Especially because this is already known knowledge. If the video wasn't out, yes, I agree. And I have a feeling they would have kept it in or kept the show going if her daughter hadn't been involved in the situation. The video is a little crazy, but it's also very convenient that he started filming then. Like, how convenient is that? And throughout the whole video, I think, and when she's getting arrested, granted, this was 3 years ago. The show knew this. This was the very first episode of the entire series. Like, this is not unknown knowledge. It's just the video's new, which obviously Dakota leaked. I just can't. I hate him. I know. I know. I just talked about not hating people, but I hate him. I do. I hate him, and I hate Jordan. But it's like she kept saying, "You threw me to the ground. You pushed me to the ground. You threw me down." And so obviously he also was not innocent in this whole thing. I don't know. The show would have got the highest ratings it had ever gotten ever. People still would have tuned in. I think people realize this is already we already know about this. Like, it was already known fact that her daughter had a goose egg, so we knew something had happened. I don't know. I guess her children have been taken away from her. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that he is so evil and vindictive that he knew the only way to get her back was to release this footage, because who else would she go back to? You know, like, he knows that she'll come crawling back to him, and I don't know. It's annoying. It really is annoying. I swear if they have another season with Taylor and Dakota drama, I probably will tune out. Like, I'll probably fast forward all their scenes. I cannot stand that storyline. I'm so over it. I'm so tired of it. Like, it's done. We don't care. We hate him. We hate him so much. Anyway, I have a feeling they'll release it eventually. There's talks that they're going to try and make Layla and Miranda like a double Bachelorette feature. I don't think it should do two. I think they should just do Miranda or Layla, one of the two. Like, I don't think it should do two, although it would be kind of interesting. I don't know. I have a feeling the second season's coming out soon. Not second season, the second part, because this season, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be 20 episodes and we only got 10. So I would think that sometime in the summertime, they would release another, like the second part of it. Oh well, who knows? This one is so annoying. So Meta, I forgot about this. They created that metaverse, remember? That shitty video game, like AI, what am I trying to say? AI virtual reality. That's what it was. Thing. I completely forgot about it. They are shutting it down. They have spent $80 billion on this thing. $80 billion. That is disgusting. That's like how the government spends our money. Like, truly, it really is. Like, just so unfazed by the amounts of money going out and being spent. And the fact that they can do that and probably not even bat an eye is very disheartening. Like, that could change so many people's lives. So many people's lives. These billionaires with such excess wealth, I don't really support that. Like, Elon Musk having $850 billion. Why? What are you going to do with that? Buy the planet? Like, I don't understand what the logic is in having that much money. I don't understand that. Oh well, I mean, it's just 80. Can you imagine spending $80 billion? If I spend $80 on something and I don't like it, I'm sick to my stomach. I truly am. Like, I had to buy new tires for my car, and I am like racking my brain on if I can drive a little bit more and wait, or if I should just pull the trigger now. Dua Lipa has partnered with yet another company, this time Nespresso. One thing about her, she will get her coin. I mean, that's probably why she's worth over $100 million, is because she's not afraid to do ad campaigns. I mean, she's like visually stunning and just extremely likable. So I don't blame her for not for doing all these campaigns. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how much. I think this is number 10. I think it says number 10 on the ad campaign for her. Which, get your coin, girl. I don't blame you one bit. The viral toy that went wild last year, aka this thing right here, is supposed to be getting a movie. I think it's a little too late. Sony is making it, I think. I think the craze is over. Like, I think you can buy them now for like 20 bucks. I don't, by the time it comes out, is it even going to be, are people going to care about it? I mean, they did do an Angry Birds movie and it did well. The Lego movie does well. So maybe. But I mean, those two, like Angry Birds was huge, I guess Labubu was too, but I don't know. We'll see. The iHeartRadio Music Awards are this coming week, Thursday, I think. So I don't know any more information about that. Supposedly Miley is getting the Legend Award or something. Speaking of that, I watched the Hannah Montana anniversary last night. It was so good. It was like when her and her dad are reading the scripts, the lines from like the last episode, and it keeps cutting back and forth between the episode and them. I'm like, this is so nostalgic. This is like pure nostalgia coursing through my veins right now. But I am confused. I think I tuned out, but why was Chaperone there? What does that have to do with anything? Like, I don't understand why she was there. Of all the people that could have brought back her, like, bring Dolly Parton on. Bring Roxy, the bodyguard. Like, I don't understand why. Like, I get Selena Gomez, obviously, bring her in, but like, they didn't even bring like any of the male like love interests in. Her brother, Rico, Mitchell Musso, Emily Osment said she wasn't going to be there because she was filming her show. What is it? The Life of Mandy and George or whatever, which I'm like, you're gonna miss the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary to film that show? Really? Okay. I think they could have postponed it for a little bit for you to go to this major historical milestone. But whatever. It was just fun to see her go through all of her outfits, all of her costumes. I'm like, I remember that one. I remember that one. I remember that one. It was funny to see which one she hated. She hated the zebra shirt with those hideous pants with all the writing on them. She hated boho Hannah, which I don't blame her. I remember she pulled out that little teeny tiny jacket that like went up to here. It was tan, and then it just had the arms. I remember that one. That was like one of the original outfits. I think that's the one where she met. She told Oliver who she was. I think that's the one she was wearing. They said they took a gamble on Miley because she was the more risky pick of the two, and the president at that time who chose Miley like did a little snippet of it, and he's like, we really were kind of nervous to have you be this star, but we went with it and it paid off like majorly. I mean, it was $1 billion franchise, so it paid off for sure. Real Housewives of Miami has been put on pause, and I'm like, why? And it said amid low ratings, and I'm like, that's weird, but I'm like, I haven't watched it in a few seasons, so I guess that makes sense. Which I don't know why, because it's a good franchise to watch. Like that one is a really good one to watch if you're wanting to start Real Housewives of Miami. So I don't know, it's unsure if it'll continue, but we'll see. Renee Rapp has been cast in the morning show. Apparently she's gonna play like a pop star that's signed with the network. And someone's like, how did that retiring from acting going to focus on music go? Because she's like, I'm done acting. I just want to do music. Apparently the paycheck was big enough that she wanted to go back because look where she is now. But I love the morning show, so I'm very excited. Heather Gay has a new book coming out. This time it's not a memoir, it's an actual book. It's called Eternal Glow, and it is set, I think it's set in Utah. If not, it's set around Mormon culture. It's about an LDS lady that goes missing or gets murdered or something, and so they have to find out who did it. It's kind of like a thriller mystery type thing. I think it'll be good. I think that people will like it. I mean, you never know. Like, could do well, could not. But I think all of her books so far have gone onto the New York Times, so I think it'll be good. It's out October 6th, just FYI. So I think you can pre-order now. Vanderpump Villa's new season is starting soon. That also ties in with her opening her new hotel in Las Vegas. And it looks pretty chic, I will say. It's the old Drace Hotel, I think is what it's called, and then it turned into the Cromwell, and now it's the Vanderpump Hotel. So it's actually prime real estate. Like, it would be so nice for her. I'm sure she has a room just reserved for her, so when she goes, she can just like stay there, and like the strip is right there. I mean, I don't think she's gonna be walking around the strip, but you know what I mean. Big Little Lies. I think so. I think they're getting a new book. Yeah, look at this. Big Little Lies author Leanne. Is it Leanne? Leanne Moriarty to release sequel Big Little Truths, which season 3 of the show will now be based on. Okay, so we didn't have a book for the 3rd season, and it looks like now she is making a book for the new season. So that'll be interesting. Big Little Truths book. When does it come out? Is it out? The highly anticipated sequel, Big Little Lies, the number one Times New York bestseller. I am so sick of pop. Like, I don't take my cookies. I don't care. I'm so sick of accepting and rejecting cookies. I don't give a shit. Let's see. The highly anticipated sequel to Big Little Lies, the number one time New York's bestseller that inspired the mega hit HBO series. In her first ever sequel, Leanne Moriarty explains the complexities of a modern woman's lives, shining light on shame and family secrets with wit and compassion. Whether you've read Big Little Lies or not, this is a perfect novel for longtime fans and new readers alike. Okay, I want to know when it comes out. When does it come out? Available August 25th. So get in line, pre-order. The book was fantastic, by the way. The book was very, very good. Sydney Sweeney is remaking the movie Barbarella. Now, I'm not really sure what that movie is, but I looked it up and Jane Fonda was in it in the 80s, and it looks like a superhero type movie, sci-fi type thing. In the 41st century, an astronaut seeks to stop an evil scientist who threatens to unleash a powerful weapon upon the galaxy. Yeah, so she's remaking that. That came out in 1968. I thought it was in the 80s. 1968. It has Jane Fonda, John Philip Law. I don't know who any of these people are. She's the only one I know in this whole thing. Anyway, apparently she's remaking that. Sydney Sweeney. Megan Fox is on the list to become the new Poison Ivy for a new, I don't know if it's a new Batman movie or a just a Poison Ivy movie, or I mean, I guess it couldn't be the Poison Ivy without Batman, unless there's a new superhero to try and stop her. But yeah, I don't know if it's for a TV show. I don't know what it's for. Kirsten Dunst, sorry, has been announced to play opposite Sydney Sweeney in the new Housemaid movie. It's called The Housemaid's Secret, I think, which I love. I love that for her. I love that for both of them, actually. I hope they start filming immediately. I hope it comes out by next January. That's what I'm putting out into the universe. This one makes me really sad. The fifth and final season of Hacks premieres April 9th on HBO. And it's kind of amazing how quickly they have been able to get this show going and keep it going. Like, they don't take like 2 year breaks. That's just not what they do. They have made 5 seasons, I think, in 5 years. That's incredible. That's how it should be done. I'm so tired of movies and TV shows taking 7 years in between seasons to release, aka K-pop Demon Hunters, the second movie. Why 2029? Why even tell us? That is so frustrating. Yeah, I love that. If there's one show I could tell you to watch right now that I love and support with my whole entire true heart, it is Hacks. This is one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. It is funny, it is witty, it is sad, it is emotional, it is heartwarming. It's just such a good movie. Every character plays their part so perfectly. Like the mayor of Las Vegas is so funny because I think that they are portraying what people think the mayor of Las Vegas would be like. Like, she drives a Hummer. Like, I mean, it's so funny. I Please watch it. Please watch this show. Trisha Paytas has a memoir coming out. It's called, let's see what it's called. It's called Crying on the Kitchen Floor. But I wonder when it comes out. Trisha Paytas memoir. Crying on the Kitchen Floor by Trisha Paytas. Again with these stupid cookies. On sale November 10th. It's 256 pages long. There's no official cover yet. It says Crying on the Floor, a memoir, final cover to come. I really wonder what. I don't know if they would actually put the picture of her crying on the kitchen floor. Maybe they would remake it and put like fake tears coming out of her eyes, like big, like dramatic ones like in cartoons. But I don't know if they would put the actual picture. Or if they would just do uh a normal picture of her. The genre, it says nonfiction, biography, and autobiography, and rich and famous. I love that. I would love if my memoir said rich and famous on it by the genre. The last topic I have want to talk about, we've actually gone through everything. That's actually, yeah, we've done everything I have on here. That is amazing. That makes me so happy. Okay, this one I wanted to look up though. Disney has canceled their contract with OpenAI. It's $1 billion contract. I didn't even know they had one of these. If I did, I forgot about it. But it says on Tuesday afternoon, the bomb dropped. OpenAI was closing down Sora and its Disney deal was over. The big video generation tool that was supposed to turn Disney Plus into a user-generated paradise were a field of meme slop. I was like, what is that? Meme slop, depending on your point of view, is no longer. And maybe with it, OpenAI's Hollywood ambitions are gone too. I don't know why. I don't know if this was Disney's choice. I don't want to read that. I just want to know what happened. And I'm wondering if this was a deal that Bob Iger, oh, one thing I wanted to put wanted to say with the Taylor Frankie Paul thing, the day the new CEO and president took over Disney was the day the video of Taylor Frankie Paul dropped. I'm like, what a day to begin your job. Now, I will say Bob Iger stays on until like the end of the year, I think, to help like with things that they have questions about or, just kind of as like a crutch just in case something goes wrong or whatever. So I'm sure he is helping a lot with this thing, but it's like your first day on the job and domestic violence abuse or video hits the internet right as soon as your and highly anticipated show is about to go on air. Even though Disney unveiled its investment in IPO inclined OpenAI in December, it appears no money actually changed hands as the deal was never finalized. Having said, it looks dicey that AI startup will continue to have access to licensed 250 Disney characters for which they were set to pay the Burbank-based media giant. So they were supposed to pay them. That's interesting. How would they make any money from that? Anyway, I'm still confused. I guess they were trying to make Disney Plus more fun. I guess maybe have games on it. Maybe I really don't know what they were trying to do, but $1 billion, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of wasted money in my opinion. Okay, let's look up the box office numbers for this week. Project Hail Mary obviously went in with a bang. It says Project Hail Mary was number one with 80.5 million. Hoppers 17.8 million. I love how that movie's still doing well. That movie you should go see. Durandar the Revenge. I have no idea what that movie is. 10 million. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, 9 million. And Reminders of Him, 8 million. What is Durandar? D-H, Ender. A mysterious traveler slips into the heart of Karachi's underbelly and rises through its ranks with lethal precision, only to tear the notorious ISI underworld nexus apart from within. This is on Netflix. Is it in theaters as well? Who's in it? This one I think is a Bollywood film because these are all actors I have no idea, and they're all Indian. So, I mean, I guess it did good if it went in the top five, made $10 million. Okay, now let's look at the Billboard 200. This one's interesting because I think Ray's new album comes out too. Ray, she released a song, Click Clack, I think is what it's called, and Hans Zimmer did the sound. I love Hans Zimmer. We should do an episode on him. That'd be really interesting because he is extremely talented in what he does. No, I want songs. Harry Styles' new album is still number one, just FYI. Stateside went number one. That makes me so happy. Okay, Stateside by Pink Panthers and Zara Larsson is number one. Golden, K-pop Demon Hunters number one. Man I Need, Olivia Dean number three. American Girls, Harry Styles number four. And Risk It All by Bruno Mars number five. And Fate of Ophelia is still on there, number nine. I hope it rises back. I just love. Are people really listening to Dominic Fike that much? His song's number seven. I don't like him. I'm sorry, I don't like him. He seems very pretentious to me. Granted, I've never met him or anything. I've just seen interviews and reviews and stuff of him. I don't know. He seems like someone I wouldn't hang out with. Let's just say it in a nicer way. But anyway, that's it for me today. This episode might be a little bit shorter, but as of usual, I'm running out of time. I am thinking, just to give you guys a heads up, episodes will start coming out on Wednesdays now. I'm going to dedicate Mondays to solely recording my podcast and YouTube videos, and then doing all of my work for that on that day, getting all of the video clips and everything ready for that day, just on that day for the rest of the week, because I know I've explained it to other people and they don't seem to be bothered by it as much as I am. By the time my episodes come out, they're already obsolete, and I don't like that. It really bugs me. I would rather record an episode and then have it come out like 2 days later and be up to date than to have it linger. So plus that'll give me better time to edit and record, and I feel like I won't be rushed. So yeah, just so you know, I think the beginning of May is when I'm gonna start that, but I'm not entirely sure, so don't hold me to it. Anyway, thank you for listening. Please subscribe. Please subscribe on YouTube, please. Like, that's where I'm really trying to grow this thing. I really appreciate anyone listening at any platform, but YouTube is my main specific goal right now. So I would highly, highly appreciate that. And yeah, have a great week. Have a great day. Enjoy this warm weather. And yeah, goodbye. And scene.